welcome back to the deep dive.
Mhm.
You guys sent in some really interesting questions
Yes, you sure did.
about music and babies, and I thought it'd be fun to
Yeah.
do a deep dive into
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So we're looking at an article called Music for Your Baby, Myths and Truths from the Womb.
Okay.
And I think we're going to uncover some surprising
I think so.
things here. So let's
Yeah.
jump right in.
Okay.
Can babies even hear in the womb?
They can.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's not exactly a concert hall in there,
Right.
but a baby's auditory system is actually already developing
Really?
around week 16 of gestation. And by week 24,
Okay.
they can actually perceive external sounds.
So what's that like? I mean,
It's very muffled.
muffled.
Yeah, it would be like if you were listening to a concert
Okay.
from inside of a swimming pool
Oh, wow.
with, like, the water in your ears and everything.
So they're not hearing every note perfectly.
Not perfectly, but they are
Yeah.
starting to be able to hear things.
So what are they hearing the most?
So the most prominent sound
Mhm.
that a baby is going to hear is their mother's voice.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It's a constant presence
Yeah.
in their world, along with her heartbeat and her breathing.
It's like their own little personal,
Yeah,
personal soundtrack.
Now, a lot of people want to know,
Yeah.
myself included,
Sure.
if the type of music that we play matters.
Yeah.
Is there anything out there that
What
says...
genre is better for brain development or...
Yeah, like, is classical music going to make my baby smarter? So there is no research that points to any one genre being better for brain development.
Oh, okay.
And it's probably because the baby's auditory system is still being formed,
Okay.
and it's receptive to just a wide range of sounds.
Oh, so it's more about just exposing them to a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A diverse
Yeah.
range of sonic experiences.
Okay. So this brings up like the whole Mozart effect.
Yeah.
Is there any truth to that?
That is a myth that has been debunked
Oh, okay.
several times.
So no little Mozarts.
You might get a little Mozart anyway,
Okay.
but it won't be because you were playing him classical music.
Okay. Good to know. So if it's not about intelligence,
Right.
what are the real benefits?
Well, the primary benefit is for mom.
Oh.
It's for her emotional well-being.
Right.
And the reason that's important is because
Yeah.
she's sharing a very intimate space with this baby,
Right.
and her emotional state is going to influence the fetal environment.
Okay.
Music has been shown to reduce stress and to lower the production of cortisol,
Okay.
which is a hormone that can negatively impact fetal development if it's too high.
Can you tell me a little bit more about how that works?
So if mom has too high of cortisol levels, that can actually affect the baby's own stress response system.
Okay.
And then they might be more sensitive to stress later in life.
Wow. Interesting.
It can also affect their brain development,
Oh.
potentially leading to changes in areas that are responsible for emotional regulation and cognitive function later.
So it's really about mom creating a calm environment.
Exactly. And by
Yeah.
creating a calm environment for herself, she's doing the same for her baby.
It's like a 2-for-1 deal.
It is.
That's cool. So the article also mentions this thing called bonding through music.
Yeah, so a lot of mothers report
Yeah.
feeling a really deep emotional connection with their baby
Yeah.
while they are listening to or singing music during their pregnancy.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's a way for them to communicate and to interact even before the baby is born.
Before they can see each other.
Before they can even see each other.
That's so cool. So is this just sentimentality?
It's not just sentimentality.
Okay.
Studies have shown that emotionally connected mothers tend to have calmer pregnancies.
Okay.
And we've already talked about how that benefits the baby.
Right. Wow, that's really cool. So I'm curious,
Yeah.
can babies even remember the music that they hear?
There's some research on this.
Okay.
And it suggests that babies can recognize familiar melodies
Oh, wow.
that they heard frequently when they were in the womb.
Really?
Yes. So this indicates a basic level of auditory memory.
So they're like learning already.
They're learning.
Even before they're born.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
It
makes you wonder if that shapes like
right.
what they end up liking later on.
It probably does.
Yeah. Okay, so once the baby's born,
Right.
how does music continue to play a role?
Well, we've already talked about how important mom's voice is.
Right.
And singing and speaking to the baby continues to be important after they're born as well.
Okay.
And music also continues to play a role.
I would love to hear more about that, but we have to take a quick break.
Sure.
We'll be back in a moment.
Okay. So just like in the womb,
Yeah.
soft music or lullaby can be really effective in calming babies and helping them get to sleep.
Okay.
And the repetition of a particular song can become a source of comfort and security for the baby.
Like a little musical security blanket.
Exactly.
Yeah. I see people all the time on social media with like these little headphones that they put on their pregnant bellies.
Right.
Is that a real thing?
That's a myth.
Oh, really?
It's a myth.
Well,
It's not beneficial at all, and it
Okay.
actually might be harmful.
Oh, wow.
Remember,
Yeah.
the fetus is already hearing these sounds in a muffled, natural way through
Right.
the mother's body
Yeah.
and the amniotic fluid.
Right.
So to have like a loud, direct sound through headphones
Yeah.
could actually be really jarring
Okay.
and unpleasant
That makes sense.
and potentially even damaging
Yeah.
to their sensitive little ears.
I always wondered about that.
Yeah.
So they're better off just hearing mom
They-
listen to the music normally.
Just through the air in a natural way.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying like those headphones
No,
are just a big myth.
don't waste your money.
Don't waste your money. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. So what about some other misconceptions
Yeah.
about music and babies? What else should we be aware of?
So another one that we see a lot
Okay.
is that if you listen to music
Uh-huh.
during your pregnancy,
Yeah.
your child is guaranteed to be musically talented.
Oh, so no matter how much Mozart I play,
Exactly.
they're not guaranteed to be like
Like you
a
think.
concert pianist or something.
Right.
Okay.
A child's musical aptitude
Right.
is going to be influenced by a combination of things.
Right.
Genetics, environment,
Yeah.
and also just their own personal interest.
Right.
So while early exposure to music is great,
Yeah.
it doesn't automatically mean
Right.
they're going to be the next Yo-Yo Ma.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? Are there any other?
Well, another common misconception
Yeah.
is that lullabies are just for sleep.
Oh, really?
And while they're very effective
Mm.
at helping babies fall asleep,
Yeah.
they also serve a much deeper purpose.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
So think about this.
Yeah.
Lullabies
Yes.
are a really powerful way
Okay.
to convey love
Okay.
and security
Right.
and emotional connection to your baby.
Like a musical hug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the gentle melody,
Hmm?
the soothing rhythm,
Yeah.
and the warmth of your voice
Right.
all combine to create this sense of safety
Oh.
and comfort for the baby.
So it makes sense that it's good beyond just bedtime.
Right. And
Yeah.
it also goes back to what we were talking about before,
Yeah.
that bonding.
Yeah.
Lullabies are a really beautiful way
Right.
for parents to strengthen that bond with their babies.
That's so sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the myths, but now I want to know, what are the real benefits of music after the baby's born?
Okay.
We know it's not about like increasing IQ or anything
Yeah.
like that,
Right.
but what can it do for like their developing brains?
Well, remember we talked about
Yeah.
the baby's auditory system developing in the womb,
Uh-huh.
that development continues
Yeah.
very rapidly after they're born,
Okay.
and exposure to music plays a key role
Okay.
in stimulating those neural pathways.
Like a workout for their brains.
It is.
Okay.
So while music doesn't make babies more intelligent,
Okay.
it does stimulate areas of the brain that are related to language,
Okay.
rhythm, and
Ah.
emotional processing.
So it's just like
Yeah.
exposing them to language
Right.
helps those communication skills.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's the same with music.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's all about creating that rich sonic environment for them.
That's right.
Okay, so
And remember those musical interactions, like singing lullabies and playing music together,
yeah,
also strengthen the parent-child bond
right.
and contribute to their emotional development.
So it's all about,
So it's about those positive
Yeah.
shared experiences.
okay, so for all the new parents out there
Right.
who are probably wondering, like, how do I incorporate music into my baby's life?
Yeah.
What advice does the article give?
So the biggest thing is to
Constantly.
keep things simple
Okay.
and enjoyable.
Right.
Remember we talked about
Yeah.
it's not about creating a mini Mozart.
Right.
It's about creating a positive
Right.
and enriching sonic environment.
Yeah.
So choose music that you enjoy.
Okay.
It's about sharing something
I
that
see.
you love with your baby.
Like that.
Choose relaxing melodies.
Okay.
Avoid loud volumes.
Right.
Babies' ears are sensitive.
Right.
And in terms of genres,
Yeah, like what's the best genre?
there's no best genre.
Oh, okay.
We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
Classical music. Nature sounds, gentle lullabies.
Yeah.
It all depends on what resonates with you and your baby.
I like that.
And don't underestimate
Okay.
the power of your own voice.
Oh, so it's okay if you're not a great singer.
It's more than okay. Your baby loves your voice,
Mm.
even if it's not perfect.
Okay.
So sing.
Yeah.
Sing your heart out.
That's such a good message.
It is.
Because I feel like a lot of parents are really self-conscious about that.
I know.
So sing to your babies.
Sing to your babies.
Play some music.
Play some music.
And just enjoy those precious moments.
Exactly.
So we've covered a lot here
Yeah.
in this deep dive.
A lot of information.
I know. I think it's time to wrap up
Okay.
with a final thought-provoking question
Yeah.
for our listener to consider.
All right. So we've talked a lot about how music can affect a baby's development and well-being. But I think there's another side to this that we haven't talked about.
What's that?
What about the impact music has on the parents?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, music is such a mood booster.
Absolutely.
Especially when I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed.
And we've talked about
Yeah.
how important the parent's emotional state is
Right.
for the baby.
Exactly.
So what if we start thinking about music not just as a tool for the baby's development, but also as a form of self-care
I love that.
for the parent?
Yeah.
It's like a 2-for-1.
It is.
You're taking care of yourself so you can better take care of your little one.
I love that. It makes perfect sense when you think about how important a parent's well-being is
Absolutely.
to the whole family.
The whole family.
Yeah.
Okay, so
incorporating music into your daily routine.
Right.
Whether it's listening to calming melodies, singing along to your favorite songs.
Or even just dancing around the living room with your baby can have huge benefits for both of you.
So it's okay to prioritize your own well-being.
Absolutely.
As a parent.
It's essential.
Yeah.
And sometimes the simplest things, like just putting on a song that brings you joy, can make all the difference in the world.
I completely agree. So to all the parents out there, and parents-to-be, music is a powerful tool.
It is.
Not just for your baby's development,
That's right.
but also for your own happiness.
Your own happiness.
And well-being.
Yes.
So embrace those musical moments.
Yes.
Connect with your little one.
And
don't be afraid to crank up those tunes.
Yes.
And dance like nobody's watching.
That's right.
Well, that brings another deep dive to a close.
It does.
We've debunked some myths, explored some research, and hopefully left you with a greater understanding of the power of music.
The power of music.
And the lives of parents and babies.
That's right.
It's been such a pleasure chatting with you about this.
Likewise.
Thanks for joining us on this sonic adventure.
You're welcome.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
Keep diving.
Keep those tunes playing.
Keep the music playing.
And most importantly, keep taking care of yourselves.
Take care.
Okay, so for all the new parents out there who are probably wondering, like, how do I incorporate music into my baby's life?
Yeah.
What advice does the article give?
So the biggest thing is to keep things simple and enjoyable. Remember we talked about it's not about creating a mini Mozart. It's about creating a positive and enriching sonic environment. So choose music that you enjoy. It's about sharing something that you love with your baby.
I like that.
Choose relaxing melodies. Avoid loud volumes. Baby's ears are sensitive. And in terms of genres.
Yeah, like what's the best genre?
There's no best genre.
Oh, okay.
We've already talked about that. Classical music, nature sounds, gentle lullabies. It all depends on what resonates with you and your baby.
I like that.
And don't underestimate the power of your own voice.
Oh, so it's okay if you're not a great singer.
It's more than okay.
Okay.
Your baby loves your voice, even if it's not perfect. So sing your heart out.
That's such a good message.
It is.
Because I feel like a lot of parents are really self-conscious about that. So sing to your babies.
Sing to your babies.
Play some music.
Play some music.
And just enjoy those precious moments.
Exactly.
It seems like one of the big takeaways here is that music is really more about
it's more about connection and joy than trying to, hit some kind of developmental milestone.
Right. It's about creating those special moments and bonding with your baby.
That's what it's all about.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
I think that brings another deep dive to a close.
Awesome.
We've uncovered some really interesting information.
We did.
About music and babies.
Yeah.
Both before and after birth.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's given our listeners a lot to think about.
I hope so too.
It was so great chatting with you.
It was fun.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely.
And to all of you listening out there, thanks for tuning in to another Deep Dive.
Keep diving deep.
And we'll see you next time.
See you later.